जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जसोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन जसोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी जसोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन जसोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन यमुना तीरा वनचारी यमुना तीरा वनचारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी जय राधा माधव कुंज बिहारी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Om Vishubha Paramamsa Parivaya Kacharya Ashotara Sata Sri Srimati Zmangles et si Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Jai Om Vishubha Paramamsa Parivaya Kacharya Ashotara Sata Sri Srimati Zmangles Srila Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnavrinda Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. प्रेम सिखो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासदि गौर भक्त की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोप गोपीनाथ श्याम कुंद राधा कुंद गिरि गोवर्धन की जय। वृंदावन धाम की जय, मायापुर नवद्वीप धाम की जय, जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय, गंगा माई की जय, जमुना माई की जय, श्रीमती तुलसी देवी की जय, भक्ति देवी की जय, श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय, श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन की जय, श्री श्री गौनीताई की जय, श्री श्री जगन्नाथ सुभद्रा बलदेव की जय, गौरा प्रेमानंदी। All glories to the Samadivatis, all glories to the Samadivatis, all glories to the Samadivatis, all glories to Sri Guru, Sri Gauranga, all glories to Srila Prabhupada. Sri Sri Gaurnitai ki jai, Sri Sri Radha Madan Mohan ki jai, Sri Sri Jagannath Subhadra Baladev ki jai. Namo Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale, Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvesesha Sunyavadi Paschatya Desatadine Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayesha Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttamasloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naistiki. Today we are reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, 4th Skanda, new chapter, chapter 21, entitled Instructions by Maharaj Prithu. Maitreya Vacha Matti Kahi Kusuma Sragbhihi Dukulahi Swarna Toranahi Mahasurabihi Dhupahi Manditam Tatra Tatra Vai Maitreya Vacha Moktikai Kusumasabbihi Dukulai Swarnatoranahi Mahasura Dhupahi Manditam Tatta Tatravai Maitreya Vacha Moktikai Kusumasabbihi Dukulai Swarnatoranahi Mahasura Dhupahi Manditam Tatra Tatravai Maitreya Vacha Moktikai Kusuma Sagbhi Dukulai Swarnatoranahi Mahasura Dhupahi Manditam Tatra Tatravai. Vaishnavis. Maitreya Uvacha. The great sage Maitreya continued to speak. Moktikahi, with pearls, kusuma, of flowers, sragbihi, with garlands, dukulahi, cloth, swarna, golden, toranahi, by gates, mahasurabibihi, highly perfumed, dhupahi, by incense, manditam, decorated, tatra tatra, here and there, by certainly. Translation. The great sage Maitreya told Vidura, when the king entered the city, it was very beautifully decorated to receive him with pearls, flower garlands, beautiful cloths, and golden gates, and the entire city was perfumed with highly fragrant incense. Please repeat. The great sage Maitreya told Vidura, when the king entered the city, it was very beautifully decorated to receive him with pearls, flower garlands, beautiful clothes, and golden gates, and the entire city was perfumed with highly fragrant incense. Purport by His Divine Grace Sri Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Real opulence is supplied by natural gifts such as gold, silver, pearls, valuable stones, fresh flowers, trees, and silken cloths. Thus, the Vedic civilization recommends opulence and decoration with these natural gifts of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Such opulence immediately changes the condition of the mind, and the entire atmosphere becomes spiritualized. King Prithu's capital was decorated with such highly opulent decorations. Om Ajnana-timirandasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Jena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namah Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Stapitam Jena Bhutare Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Dadati Swapanantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavanscha Sri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunatam Vitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padam Sahagana Raghunath Ladita Sri Visakam Vitansya Hare Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Haripriye Vancha Kalpatarubhyasya Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Is the beginning of a new chapter. Instructions by Maharaj Prithu. In the earlier chapter 20, it was Maharaj Prithu had performed 99 yagyas for the satisfaction of Lord Vishnu. Lord Vishnu had come to the area, sacrificial area, and had put an end to the conflict with King Indra, who was very anxious to keep his position, thinking that if King Prithu performs 100 sacrifices, then he'll become eligible to become the next Indra. So he didn't want to give up his post in favor of King Prithu. So he stopped the last sacrifice. by stealing the horse. In this way, the sacrificial performance was ended, and Lord Vishnu at that time came and made it very peaceful, giving wonderful teachings to Prithu Maharaj. Prithu Maharaj also prayed to Lord Vishnu that I do not want any any blessing, only I want to be engaged in your devotional service. So that was the perfect prayer. Lord Vishnu was very happy to receive these prayers, and he blessed King Prithu that you will be successful in all your attempts as a king of the planet. So all other demigods and sages also had come, and everybody was satisfied that at the end, this wonderful situation took place in the presence of Lord Vishnu. Otherwise, Lord Vishnu, Kshirodakshi Vishnu, does not leave his planet. Planet is the highest in the material world. It is actually a spiritual planet. And generally, Lord Vishnu always remains there. He does not make himself visible. Even anyone who goes there, including Lord Brahma and other devatas who go to Svetadvip to meet the Supreme Lord for any complaint sometimes may happen, and they all go there to complain to Lord Vishnu. But Lord Vishnu is not visible. He remains hidden. Naham prakasa sarvasya yogamaya samavrita. Lord Vishnu is always hiding behind his curtail of yogamaya. So ordinary soul, including Lord Brahma, cannot see Lord Vishnu. They can hear his voice. So Lord Vishnu is speaking and they can hear. Lord Brahma can hear, and he relays the message to the devatas. So when Lord Vishnu is so difficult to perceive, but he came personally and manifested himself to King Prithu. So we can just understand from this how exalted is Prithu Maharaj. Not any conditioned soul, not anybody, anywhere in the three worlds can have darshan of Lord Vishnu. It is only those who are the most exalted, pure devotees, premanjana churita bhakti vilochanena, santas sadaiva hridayeshu vilokayanti. Those who are pure devotees and anointed with the pure love of Godhead, premanjana, they can see in their heart the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna. Otherwise, Lord Krishna or Lord Vishnu is not available to anyone. Even to see here the President of India or some highly posted official in the government, it is very difficult. You have to take appointments many weeks in advance, and just for maybe 2 minutes, you may have opportunity to meet such a person, not available otherwise. What to speak of Lord Vishnu, who is the master of the three worlds. But Lord Vishnu came personally to enliven and encourage King Prithu in his duty as Adi Raja for the entire Earth planet. King Prithu ruled for many thousands of years at the beginning in Satya Yuga. And in this way, after this meeting took place, Prithu Maharaj, Lord Vishnu, all the devatas, all the rishis who had come, they departed to their own places. Lord Vishnu went back to Svetadvip, and the other rishis and devatas went to their heavenly kingdoms, and Prithu Maharaj also left for his capital city. So one may ask, where is Prithu Maharaj's capital city? it will be described later on in this chapter that the capital city of Prithu Maharaj is in between Ganga and Yamuna. So somewhere in the Punjab, where you have these two rivers, or in North India, the capital city of King Prithu was there at that time. So King Prithu in this way went back to his capital city. And now the chapter starts by a description of this capital city. It was very beautifully decorated as a special reception. As King Prithu entered his capital city, all the inhabitants of the capital received the king in a very gorgeous manner. Very happily, they received him by these special decorations, pearls, flower garlands, beautiful cloths, and golden gates. And the entire city was perfumed with highly fragrant incense. A lot of description will be given in the following slokas, including musical accompaniment, songs of glorification, and so on. So this is how a king is received in his capital city after a long time, and the situation was not very clear. Then afterwards, King Prithu will also perform yagya there in the capital city in order to inaugurate his rulership. So everything is very auspicious. So the important aspect of this sloka is explained by Srila Prabhupada in the purport. Natural products, natural, beautiful, yad yad vibhuti mat sattvam, tatta deva, yad yad vibhuti mat sattvam, srimad urjitam evava, tatta deva vyagachatvam, ekam sena sthito jagat, something like that. Lord Krishna says that all that is beautiful and opulent is just a small portion of my splendor. So, what is beautiful, what is opulent, is mentioned in these slokas. And that will help us remember the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The complete splendor of Lord Vishnu or Lord Krishna is to be found in the spiritual world. And in the material world, there are also many beautiful things and opulent things. So Lord Krishna says, whatever is having special beauty and special opulence, that is a small portion of my splendor. So, Tripad Vibhuti, Ekapad Vibhuti in this world. So we have to choose, we have to understand what are the natural beauties that can help us remember the ultimate beauty, ultimate opulence of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So this is the wonderful advice here given by Srila Prabhupada. And Srila Prabhupada, many times speaking to his disciples, emphasized this point. First of all, Srila Prabhupada left India, he left Vrindavan. Vrindavan is full of natural beauties, as described in Srimad Bhagavatam, Dasima Skanda, when Lord Krishna was in Vrindavan. All the beautiful aspects of nature was fully available. Plenty of trees, fruits, flowers, natural sources of water, the Yamuna and other rivers, waterfalls from Govardhan, and beautiful birds, peacocks, and then, of course, cows and bulls. They were there plenty in this village of Vrindavan. So Lord Krishna has a special liking. Otherwise, why should he come to Vrindavan? He can stay in a city like a big city. But because everything that is beautiful is a spark, it is a portion of Lord Krishna's beauty. So as we remember Lord Srila Prabhupada taking his disciples on the morning walks. First of all, when he was in New York City at the beginning, he used to go regularly to some garden. In a garden, you see beautiful grass and trees, flowers, and a peaceful atmosphere. So Srila Prabhupada was taking his disciples there to chant the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And it's in this beautiful atmosphere, Tompkins Square Park in New York City, the Harinam Sankirtan was inaugurated. They were going in the street and reaching the park. And there for 2 hours, 3 hours, Srila Prabhupada used to sing Hare Krishna Mahamantra accompanied with his disciples. Immediately, the young people who were whoever was there in the park, immediately they used to come and hear this wonderful Harinam Sankirtan. So many of them were attracted by the Harinam Sankirtan in this park, natural beauty of the park. So as Prabhupada mentions here, that such opulence, natural opulence, immediately changes the condition of the mind, and the entire atmosphere becomes spiritualized. So we can remember that Srila Prabhupada is not simply writing this purport just as a poetic description. Just like many poets, they will write beautiful poetry, but their private life is entirely different. But Prabhupada's life is not different. Prabhupada's life, consciousness, his mind is completely attuned to this natural beauty, reflecting the beauty of Lord Krishna. And that is why he chose to go to this public garden. Similarly, we remember that, or we have read, we know that Srila Prabhupada used to take in Los Angeles his disciples to the beach, Venice Beach, on the ocean. So the ocean is also very wonderful. It is very peaceful. There is no traffic jam. You can walk freely on the beach along the ocean shore. And Prabhupada had wonderful philosophical discussions. And at one time, for instance, they were all along the ocean on the beach, and Prabhupada is turning towards the ocean, and he is asking his disciples, "What is this? What is this?" So disciples, they are a little surprised. Why Prabhupada is asking such a simple question? Bankara. Why this question? Prabhupada, this is the Pacific Ocean, Prabhupada. Prabhupada answered, I know it is the Pacific Ocean. I'm not asking that. I'm asking, what is this? And nobody could answer. His disciples were wondering what is the proper answer. They could not understand. And so Prabhupada said, this is the separate energy of Lord Krishna. Separate energy. Krishna has two energies, superior and inferior. Bhinna Prakriti. This is a Bhinna Prakriti. And there is Para Prakriti, the Jiva souls. That is the superior energy. And this is the inferior energy of Lord Krishna. So why Prabhupada is asking that question? Because the disciples are in the midst of the city in Los Angeles, very big city, and there they cannot remember Lord Krishna. It's not so easy. But at least when they come to the ocean, then they should understand that the ocean is energy of Krishna. If they cannot remember that, then what is the use of a morning walk? What is the use of going to the ocean? If they cannot remember, at least they should remember Krishna, at least at that time. That is why Prabhupada took his disciples in this way. And then Prabhupada is asking, why the water is not going beyond this line? Where there's a line between the water of the ocean and the sand. What is this line? Why the ocean? Ocean is very vast. It is thousands of miles. It is very huge mass of water. Why is it not crossing this line? Oh, nobody could answer. So Prabhupada supplied the reply also. Because that is the order of Krishna. By the order of Krishna, this samudra is not crossing this line. Just like the sun. Why the sun is supplying heat and light? By the order of Krishna. So all these natural phenomena, we have forgotten what is the original cause. We are completely, in the modern time, thinking of the scientific discoveries, laws of nature, and so on. What is this modern science? It is only analyzing a very small portion of nature. Cause and effects, the series of cause and effect is unlimited. And the scientists, they are trying to analyze one very small portion from one cause to the effect, again another effect, that is very limited. They do not understand, they do not try to investigate what is the original cause. That doesn't come to their mind. What is the cause of the ocean? They have no idea. What is the cause of the air, the space, the fire, the earth, all these natural elements? Bhumi rapo naro vayu kam mano buddhi rivacha ahankaraitiyam me bhinna prakriti rashtadha. These are the separate energies of Lord Krishna. But the scientists in the modern times, they have no idea, and they propagate their theories, and everybody is becoming not brainwashed. Brainwashed, that we are doing. Brainwashing. Brain dirtying. The scientists are dirtying the brain, not washing. And everybody follows the conclusion of the modern scientists. Therefore, God consciousness has disappeared from the society at large, right from the education of the children. Nobody is talking about this anymore. God is the source of everything. No, we are not interested in this. We want to know how we are getting, we are getting this and that for convenience. So that is the problem of the modern society. Complete ignorance of the ultimate knowledge. This is the real science. Krishna consciousness is the ultimate science. It is not sentiment. It is made on valid proof, Shastra. Shastra says, therefore we accept. We do not have to make some experiment. It is said in Shastra. Even the scientists also, they rely what our previous scientists have said, we accept. So they have also their own source of knowledge. We are also the devotees of the Lord. The Vaishnavas, they also have their source of knowledge. This is the real science. When Srila Prabhupada had met his disciple Swarup Damodar in Los Angeles, they had so many conversations, and you can read Life Comes from Life book explaining about how the nature is originally coming from Krishna. That is what Srila Prabhupada wanted to tell. Swarup Damodar is a scientist, is a biologist, PhD, and he's also a great devotee. So he should be enlightened in the ultimate science. Prabhupada wanted him to be the speaker for the Bhaktivedanta Institute, the director, the duty of the role of the Bhaktivedanta Institute would be to explain nature according to the ultimate science. Not that everything is coming by chance. That is not an explanation. And that after thousands of years of evolution, the material elements produce life. Life does not come from matter. So all these teachings coming from a Vedic conclusion, Srila Prabhupada gave to Swarup Damodar especially, and in this way the Bhaktivedanta Institute was established for speaking, demonstrating to the intellectual class, professors and so on, that everything is coming from God, Krishna. Nothing is produced from matter. Life doesn't come from matter. Therefore, life comes from life. And life ultimately comes from the supreme life, the supreme personality of Godhead, that is the Paraprakriti. So all this has to be clearly understood. And when the person is in a favorable mood will be produced according to the environment, according to the association. There are three modes: nature, tamagun, rajagun, sattvagun. So nature, in the natural surroundings, just like the small villages in the natural landscape, parks, and natural surroundings, they are in the mode of goodness, sattvagun. So that is very favorable. It's a very peaceful situation, very beautiful. Then we can relax in this way. And if we are properly enlightened, we can understand that this situation, natural situation, is not a product of chance. It is the outcome of the supreme brain, the wonderful mercy brain of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Nothing beautiful can come out by chance. You have a seed, just like seed of a tree. You plant the seed in the earth, you put some water, gradually a full-blown tree will come up. How is it possible? Is it by chance? How can within a small seed a tree can become manifest? No, it is not possible. No amount of so-called science can explain this. All these ideas we should try to understand from the standpoint of Shastra. Everything beautiful, all the nature's beauties are coming from Krishna. So when we are in the midst of natural surroundings, then easily, if one is a little enlightened, he can immediately think of Krishna 24 hours a day. But if he goes to the city is manufactured by man so that we can forget God. We are making all this. There's no God there. It is man-made. That is, city is man-made. There's no question of God here. Everything arranged by man's ability. So that is the mode of passion, Rajagun. So when we live in the midst of city, then the mind becomes Rajasic. Of course, this temple is different. Temple of Lord Krishna, that is transcendental place. It is Vaikuntha, Vrindavan, Gaunitai, Sri Radha, Madan Mohan, Sri Jagannath, Subhadra, Baladev. They don't live in this world. Their abode is transcendental abode. But if we step out of this temple, sometimes people are telling me that, Swamiji, Prabhuji, when I come to your temple, I forget everything. I come in front of the deities and I'm bowing down and I'm very happy here in front of the deities, Lord Krishna. My mind is completely absorbed here. As soon as I go out of the temple, immediately again city atmosphere. I forget everything. I'm again in the city. So that is the importance of such temples established by Srila Prabhupada, so that people's mind can change from Rajasic to Suddha Sattva. Village is Sattvagun, city is Rajagun. Even in the city also you have tamasic places where you can drinking, pub, bars, and brothers, prostitution, that is tamasic. So these three qualities are there, and we should always try to keep ourselves in Sattvagun, this is the natural surroundings, or in the temple, always in the having darshan of Lord Krishna, so that our mind automatically will be Krishna conscious. It will be very easy to engage in Krishna consciousness. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So here also Srila Prabhupada was taking his disciples in the public garden, and when he was in Panala Spiti's house in Somajiguda, opposite to that house also there is a beautiful garden. So every morning he used to take his disciples. Even the house of Panalapiti was surrounded by a garden, and Prabhupada appreciated that. It is a sattvic atmosphere, natural beauty. And there was a banyan tree in that garden, Panalapiti's house, and every morning one pujari used to come and offer puja to the banyan tree, aswata. So Prabhupada appreciated this, that the proprietor of the house is really following the Grihastha ashram. He is worshipping the aswata. He appreciated that. So otherwise, the city is made so that we can forget everything else. But the capital city of Prithu, full with natural beauties, pearls, flower garlands, and gold. At that time, gold was quite easily available. Even during the time of the Pandavas, Arjuna was sent to bring some gold and other costly items to perform yajna. And he saw that some places, the golden plates pure gold plates were in the street, and nobody would care. So Arjuna was taking these golden utensils and bring back to Yudhishthir Maharaj. So from this we understand that even 5,000 years ago, natural beauty were abundant. Gold, silver, pearls, all this. Now what has become very costly at that time was common items. The nature was producing all these items in an abundant manner. That is the real wealth, not these buildings. This is artificial. Artificial. When Prabhupada left India, came to America by ship, and when he was arriving on the coastline, first of all, he saw Boston coastline. From the ship, he could see the big city of Boston. Then afterwards, he saw the big city, New York, biggest city in America. So he saw the coastline in this way. He saw the cities, and he became very sad. Generally, those from India nowadays who go to America, they are very happy. They are thinking, now my life has become successful. I'm coming to America, I'll become rich, and my life is successful. Well, Prabhupada, when he just arrived in America at that time, he became completely despondent, thinking how miserable these people are. What is this city life? All big buildings, no? Uh, and so much traffic, so much artificial atmosphere, so much uh, contamination, atmospheric contamination, pollution. Prabhupada mentioned in his diary, he is writing in his diary that how these people, how they will become Krishna conscious, how they will become devotees of Krishna. They are far away in this artificial life, contaminated life, polluted life, rajasic life. How they become devotees of the Lord? Prabhupada is questioning, how is it possible? Such people, how can they hear the message of Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam? They are completely immersed in city life. Prabhupada was wondering what to do. I am powerless. I can speak, but what will be my words? How, how can I influence? How can I speak to such people? Only by your mercy. If you put some power in my words, telling Lord Krishna, my dear Lord Krishna, only if you put power in my words, I'll be able to convince these people. Otherwise, not possible. They are totally immersed in atheistic, materialistic life. So the abode, the capital of Prithu Maharaj, is different from the modern city. It is completely natural. In this way, at every step, the glories of Lord Krishna can be understood and can be accepted by everyone. Uh, Time is up. Any other questions or comments? Hare Krishna. I didn't follow the question to the goal. Acha. Yes, yes. This is a good question. Yes. If we see gold, silver, pearls, and all that, immediately we'll become anxious to possess. Selfish greed may come if we see so much opulence. So if a person is so greedy after gold and costly items, how can he be Krishna conscious at the same time? Yeah, this is a good question. He must remain in good association. The opulence of the world, natural opulences, are not meant to be enjoyed separately from Krishna. Everything that is mentioned in the Srimad Bhagavatam is in connection, in relationship with Lord Krishna. So if the inhabitants of the capital city are pious enough, they will relate to Krishna. They will remain, they will develop Krishna consciousness even in the middle of gold. They will not be greedy for that, for their own purpose. They will glorify Lord Krishna in this manner by offering gold and other ornaments, costly items. So it depends on the people. Just like Prabhupada says, how to go to Vrindavan. People go to Vrindavan for different motives. Some people may go there to develop devotion to Lord Krishna, but there are also other people also, they go to Vrindavan for business purpose. They'll go there, they will do their business, they'll become rich. They are thinking of Vrindavan like that. So the same question may be asked there. What is Vrindavan consciousness? Vrindavan consciousness means Krishna consciousness at every step. Krishna consciousness. We have to be enlightened and keep association with the devotees, not being misled. Even in Vrindavan, you can easily be misled also. There are many professional speakers, and they mislead their audience in Vrindavan. Therefore, Prabhupada told us, don't leave this temple, ISKCON Vrindavan, don't go outside. You stay here. Don't go outside to hear so many lectures by professionals. Even in Vrindavan, you can be misled. And what to speak of a big city. So the important aspect is always keeping association of devotees. Then, just like King Prithu, he will give instructions to his citizens. In this way, they will remain always Krishna conscious. All right, thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai.